This week on the Hudson Valley Disc Golf Podcast, we go through 9 holes worth of topics related to disc golf.
And we went to Central Mass, played a bunch of courses.
And topics not related to disc golf.
I got a new copy of Pandemic, which, ironically kind of described the weekend a little bit. But
we make picks for this weekend's Warwick Disc Golf Championships.
I got a way to pick the seating order. You're going to fucking love it. Going to do it by the Stony Kill all-time leaderboard.
Corey and Jaimen recap their trip to the Clay Park Classic.
So then round 2, I played with myself.
Jaimen, how'd you do?
Oh, I did terrible. It was fun, though.
We go over SkipAce and the last week in disc golf. So European Disc Golf Festival and Warwick Disc Golf Championships. If you haven't gotten your picks in like me, now would be the time to do so. And we finish it up with a round of disc or no disc.
What's really slow?
You answering this question.
Welcome to the Hudson Valley Disc Golf Podcast. This week we got Jaimen, Alex, Corey, Jason, and Randy. We got 9 holes this week, 9 different topics to go over. And Jason, you didn't have a lot to say last week. Why don't you start us off?
Yeah, I'm not going to stray from my normal strategy. I'll go hole 1.
Hole 1. So you said you were out of town. When did you go? And where did you go?
I think it's a few weeks now, but we did our annual road trip to a course. It's usually Joshua and Harry Lehman, Brett Delamater, and myself, but Brett bailed out, so it was just Harry, Josh, and me. And we went to Central Mass, played a bunch of courses. I got to play a couple that I haven't played in a long time, and also play Meadowbrook Orchards, which I have never played. We started off going out and playing 501. It was like a little rainy, but that's always a fun course to play. And then Meadowbrook Orchards after that, which I had heard like different things about, some good, some bad. And I think they redesigned part of it because I remember people kind of saying stuff about like ponds and water hazards and stuff, which they didn't have. But I was really impressed with it. I really liked the course a lot. Probably one of the best courses I've played in Mass. And then we played 3 rounds at Maple Hill, which was grueling because it was really hot. But we did the diamond layout twice, which for like our skill level is a perfect layout. I think like most of the holes are birdieable. They're like the golds, but just like not as, you don't need to have a crazy arm to reach stuff. And then because we're older, the third round was the Reds, which was crazy, just doing 3 rounds in one day. Then on the way home, we played Crane Hill. And apparently there's been like some stomach bug going around that I wasn't aware of that I got pretty hard that day. So like halfway through Crane Hill, I was just like vomiting profusely and made a really tough car ride home because I had carpooled with Harry in his truck. So yeah, it was awful. It was like one of the most like horrible times I've ever played disc golf. I was trying to like get through sick, but made it home, recovered a couple days, and back to normal now. The highlights.
When you got sick, you thought at first it was from a food truck?
Oh yeah. There's like a barbecue pop-up tent that was there, and I blamed that because that's like the obvious culprit, But then learning later on that like there was some kind of bug going around, and then the day after I had it, Harry also came down with some symptoms. Then I'm like, okay, that's more than food poisoning. That's there's some kind of bug.
So how long is the trip usually?
Yeah, so last year we did Smugs. And I went out like a day or 2 later than everybody else, which I regret because like it seems like, they did a lot of cool stuff when I was there. So this year I was like, I'm going to go out. I want you guys do. So we went actually the day after 4th of July because that was a holiday for my company. So we kind of planned it out that I knew I would be able to get off that weekend. So we went out Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Do you guys play singles or dubs when you're there?
So normally when Brett's involved, it's a nice even 4, and what we do is we play singles, and then that is the seeding for doubles in the second round. But since Brett bailed out, it was just singles all weekend.
Do you keep track, and is there like an ultimate winner for the weekend?
Yeah, I'd have to look up the scores. It was pretty close. We all actually won at least 1 round, so we're very like close in skill level. And there's usually some bets, so I'm trying to think of some of the bets we had. I remember there was one bet, Josh didn't think I could clear the pond from the gold tees with the X-Cal, which I did. And the winner had to buy the other person a disc of their choice from Marshall Street. So I got a new judge thanks to Josh Wynn. There was another bet, I think by round score, and each person had to buy the person a disc, and I won that one. And then there's a match that Harry won and a match that Josh won. I forget what the bets were for that. But
Do you guys really still need discs at this point?
No, not really. I mean, I was planning on losing a lot more at Maple Hill than I did. Usually I'm good to lose like 4 or 5 there. I lost like an old buzz on, what was that, hole 5, I think? The one you like Anheuser over the water. But no, I switched putters, so it was kind of cool I got some new putters from Marshall Street originally, and I ended up trying a couple different, tried PA3s and stuff, and found this MVP Ion, which is very similar to the Penrose that I was using. Really like them. That's actually what I'm putting with now, and probably going to stick with those for a while. I tried some other MVP discs too. There's Deflector. It's like it's like kind of like a Firebird, maybe a little bit faster, and that thing is pretty awesome too.
So you don't know who the overall winner was?
Well, actually, it's going to be hard to say because I DNF'd from Crane Hill on hole 10.
All right, so it wasn't you.
I don't know what Josh and Harry's score was there, but I can add it up before that. Oh, no, I can't because I don't have freaking UDisc Pro anymore, and it only shows me the last 10 rounds.
We found out who's going to be renewing their subscription.
I'll delete some rounds here.
How many years has this been going on?
Not long. This is 3 or 4 years. We started right after COVID. It was the NMKDGC. So the first one was Minekill. We all went out and hung out at Minekill. And since none of us could play in the MKDGC that year, we called it the NMKDGC. We made some tags. We had some special rules for drinking beer and some other stuff that made it really fun. And then from there, Josh Wynn's actually the one that's been kind of spearheading it to make sure it happens. I think if it weren't for him, it wouldn't, because everybody has really busy schedules, and he's messaging us the whole year saying guys, we need to commit to a weekend and make sure that we all actually commit to it. That said, he couldn't get Brett there. So Brett hasn't been playing a lot of disc golf and has been tied up with other stuff in life. So just 3 of us.
So it's usually just a long weekend, basically.
Yeah. Well, Harry, Josh, and myself, we all have kids and a wife and kids. So, there's usually some sacrifices we have to make to be able to do that. And this year was no exception. So it's good that it actually happened. Got to play some board games with them too. I got a new copy of Pandemic, which ironically kind of described the weekend a little bit, but it's way more fun on the board game than in real life. That and Settlers.
No Crokinole?
No, I've never played Crokinole.
The name alone freaks me out.
There's a Crokinole board sitting in my barn. When Greg Kurtz moved, he asked, he's hey, you got some space in your barn? Mind if I store some stuff there while we move properties? And I was like, yeah, sure. And I don't know how many years ago that was. Was it 8 years ago? Yeah, there's still tons of stuff in my barn. And so I know he's got this nice old wooden Crokinole table out in my barn. Maybe one of these days I'll try it.
After he had to leave, Jason did get a chance to check the results.
According to Jason, for the record, if you exclude Crane Hill, Josh Wynn had the best overall score for a weekend Massachusetts trip at -20, followed by me at -18, then Harry at -11. I had gained 4 strokes back on Josh through the first 10 holes at Crane Hill, but then got extremely sick, vomited profusely, and DNF. Sounds to me like that's a 3rd place finish, though. Behind Harry. That's just me. All right. Randy, you weren't here last week. What hole? We got 2 through 9.
Let's go with 6.
6. Oh, well, what would you like to talk about? Anything in particular?
I didn't do a lot of disc golf related stuff last week. Only new thing for me is I'm going to be captaining Minekill with Jess, which I'm super excited about, and already sort of working on getting new people for the team. We only had a couple people leave, but just filling out the roster, learning some of the ins and outs, and definitely going to ask around for tricks and tips for matchmaking, because that's kind of scary to me. I haven't done it before and, want to try and do a good job. So that's kind of it.
Jason, what's your top piece of advice for matchmaking?
I'm going to hook Randy up with some cheat sheets.
Ooh,
there's different strategies, but one of them is depending on the number of men and the number of women, there definitely is advantages to who chooses who throws out first. So I have some tables that I made a couple years ago that kind of like walk you through those, how to get those advantages.
Awesome.
Because you want to have, how do I describe this? You want to have it so that your opponent puts out the second to last match, which gives you the choice on basically the last 4 players. And that's how you get like the one big advantage is getting in that position.
Alrighty. Can't wait.
You got anything, Jaimen? Any tips?
No, I was going to say something snarky about telling them that they have boy genitals, but that's about it.
Oh my God.
It worked, right? You married her.
It did work.
That's matchmaking 101.
Hook, line, and sinker.
Randy is literally the Riz Lord. He's the final boss when it comes to the Riz Academy.
Yeah, talk to one girl, lock it in. That's it.
That's the strat.
I'm sorry, Corey. I'm old. What does that mean?
Riz is a millennial. It's not even millennial. That's a new
Gen
term
Z.
for
Gen Z,
charisma. Yeah, charisma. Usually associated with being able to talk to people of the other.
People are getting really fucking lazy, aren't they?
Yeah, just shorten everything.
Back in my day, we actually came up with new words for slang. You guys are just abbreviating shit. Lazy fuck. Oh, no, I'm kidding.
This originated with like 12-year-olds, for whatever that's worth.
Oh, no, it makes sense.
I'm sure it's not in any way related to the proliferation of short form content like TikTok and Reels and 6-second attention spans.
Or the fact that you have difficulty with long words like proliferation.
Take for no one.
Hey, that's what slang's for. I totally get that. It's just
They're onto something.
Corey, what do you got to talk about? Anything?
Well, a percentage of us from the Disc Cap area went out to the Clay Park Classic in Syracuse this past weekend.
Well, we're going to talk about that.
Oh, well, then, I don't know, but
That's one of the holes. I just meant like in general. Do you have anything?
well, that was going to be my general, but I didn't realize it was a hole.
Oh, it's got its own hole, baby.
Nah, I'm going to give the listeners a break and not talk.
All right. Jaimen, anything? Anything you got to talk about?
Not particularly. All the coursework I'm doing is going pretty well right now. My weed whacker's coming back from the shop tomorrow, so I'm excited to get out there and clean up some more fairways.
All right. I was going to ask about your weed whacker, so I'm glad that they're in better shape.
Now you got to drop hole 3.
What's up?
He has to get rid of hole 3. Hole 3 was the weed whacker.
Alex, you got anything?
I played some volleyball over the weekend. That's about it.
All right. How'd you do?
Not well. First outdoor tournament for me of the year, which is not great because we're like 3 months into the outdoor season at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it turns out not playing volleyball for 3 months means you're out of shape when you try to play volleyball again.
That's a good point. Must be weird. I'm sure there were like being in an area where you're not the tallest, probably.
No, I'm still the tallest. I have met 2 people that are taller than me, like in total, even through volleyball and everything.
And let me guess, they don't have as good of a spike.
One guy I met
serve
at
for
a
shit.
Penn State camp who was really good, and the other guy is not athletic at all. So
But how was the first guy's set game, though? Was he just out there setting?
I hope not. In general, the tall people are not the setters.
Silly question. You don't rotate like in high school, right?
Oh, yeah. No,
Oh, you do?
mean, you have your position. Like, there is a designated setter on the court at all times, but you still have to rotate. Like you start front left or whatever, and then you get your point, and then you rotate to front middle, and then you go all the way around.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought that was just to get everybody involved in the gym class or something. You know?
Figure out what spot they're good in.
Yeah.
No, it makes for some interesting dynamics because, only the front row can, block and attack and things like that. So,
Yeah.
Getting people cycled through, you've got more effective blockers in some positions. You've got, if your setter's in the back row, that means you have 3 attackers, but that also means you need to shift your defense because the setter's not going to want to get that first ball because they want to be able to set. They want to get the second ball. So, yeah, there's all sorts of interesting lineups and organizational structures for how you set up your team. So luckily this weekend was much more calm than that. It was just outdoor 4s. So that made things a lot simpler.
How tall was the shortest dude that was good?
Like in general or that I've played with?
No, just in this last tournament.
In this last tournament, probably like 5'8".
Oh, okay. Out there just getting it.
He had some big jumps. He could jump very high. He could, place the ball very well. And there's a position called libero, at this past tournament, because we were playing fours, it didn't come up as much, but it's a defensive specialist who doesn't block or do anything like that. So they don't need to be particularly tall to do well.
They're getting like the crumbs off the floor that get hit by the blocker.
Yeah, making sure none of the balls hit the floor on your side.
Yeah, he's keeping the ball up.
I'm just thinking of how many other sports would be so much improved by just randomly switching positions, just rotating around.
Right?
You know, have a center go out as wide receiver.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be so much more badass.
Just for one play, and then the next play, you know, he goes over to tight end, and then he takes a snap. You know, it'd just be interesting. Jason, you got anything you want to talk about?
Yeah, so I haven't been playing a lot of disc golf last few weeks, but I've been doing all sorts of other stuff, and I got a lot of stuff to like kind of help grow the sport. So last Wednesday, I was asked to kind of do a demonstration or like talk about disc golf at Minekill. The Gilboa Historical Society was doing a field trip there, and it consists of, you know, a group of much older individuals that had learned that Minekill had a disc golf course and that there might be another one at Rockland starting up. So they were interested to learn more about it and maybe like figure out how to like collaborate with some stuff. So I went out there and kind of just went over the basics, talked about like recreational disc golf, competitive disc golf, and it was really interesting because like they had never heard of it. Some of them had like tried to like look stuff up ahead of time. Probably like a dozen people showed up. But yeah, they I think were really appreciative of it and are interested to like know more about the event next year. And also there was a couple younger people. There's a guy, Will, he spends most of the year in China, but he comes back to the States in the summertime. He's a teacher out there, so he's basically off for teaching, and he plays Minekill pretty much all the time when he's back in the States. So he was there. It was nice meeting him. Played some holes with him and his friend from Maryland. Got to make a lot of new friends and contacts up in Scarlet County, and looking forward to working with the Gilboa Historical Society. They have a museum that's not too far from Minekill that covers the Gilboa fossils, which are the oldest tree fossils in the world. They're actually in the Smithsonian too. They're like 385 million years old, back when trees were these giant ferns and didn't have root systems. And then in the early 1900s, the town of Gilboa was flooded under eminent domain by New York City to make the Schoharie Reservoir for New York City's drinking water. So they have all sorts of exhibits about that too. So some cool history up there. If you're playing Minekill, there's a museum not too far you can check out, but looking forward to working with them. And then along that same line, actually last Saturday, Minekill each year asks Jess and I to kind of do some kind of disc golf display at Minekill's annual Summerfest. So we set up a table there. And last year we didn't get like a lot of attention. It was kind of, I don't know, unless it was like a waste of time. We're there all day and like maybe ran into like a dozen people. But this year, for some reason, it just seemed like a lot more people were interested in it, especially kids. We set up a net and had a tech disc so that like kids could see how fast they would throw, a little like putting station. And man, like the kids like are very competitive. So they would come up and I would just say, hey, do you think you can throw over 25 miles an hour? And then like I would try to like gauge how fast like I think they would throw and then like ask them if they could throw that fast. And then when they realized like, oh, there's a number associated with this, they were just like hooked and like we're forming lines wanting to go throw and throw and throw. And a few of the parents said, yeah, our kids, you know, they did all the activities in Minekill. They did the dunk tank. They did all the swimming stuff. And they said that like this was their favorite by far was throwing. So like we're definitely going to check out disc golf. We're going to go get some discs and try out the course. So that was fun. Lots of stuff to grow disc golf, and been working at Greenville Disc Golf Course too. That's coming along. We're actually going to plan like a table and exhibit at Greenville Day, which is like September, it's the third week in September. So that'll be fun. And I'm planning the first PDGA event there is going to be October 13th. So I haven't announced that yet. This is the first time I'm announcing it. We're going to try doing like a doubles thing on the 9 holes that are there now. So actually I'm hoping to start up when listeners listen to this would be yesterday. So I'd be like Thursday if the weather holds up.
Nice. Jaimen, we've used 1 and 6. What hole you want to switch to?
Let's go to hole 2.
SkipAce. We skipped it last week, so we've got a couple events to go over. 2 events coming up.
I put my picks in this time for both of them already.
Nice. The Crocol Open, presented by Lat 64, and the European Open, presented by Discmania. The Crokinole Open, we had 34 participants. I came in 29th, but I beat Turtles in Your Face and got beat by Cat Bemis. Damn it. Zach McDonald came in 23rd, one spot ahead of Kristen McDonald. Jason, 20th place. Alex, 18th, behind Kate Disc in 17th and Kenji in 16th. And my nemesis, the other Klein, in 15th. Jaimen in 14th. One half of Camel Case, Corey Brian Monahan in 10th. Amanda Dunbar in 9th. Highland Mike Warner in 8th. Jason's Mechanic in 7th. Mike Schwartz in 6th. Sparky Spalding 5th. The Mysterious AJ 4th. Ryan Travis 148343 in 3rd. Ryan Nelson in 2nd. And Rob Wiest of the Mississippi wins the week that Corey doesn't make pick.
Yeah, that was huge.
1,233 free points.
Man, this dude crushed too. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 6 picks over 200 points.
And the other 178 and 185. Not too shabby. I didn't hit Randy either. A couple slackers.
Then there was a glitch in the matrix. Something happened there. My connection cut out.
I made my picks while we were recording that episode because you always remind me when we're recording, and I never hit save apparently.
So the same thing.
It's depressing.
All right. Well, Rob Wiest of the Mississippi. Then the 2024 European Open presented by Discmania standings. Not a lot of points for this one. First place had 896 points. 36th place, Kenji Klein had minus 45, but he was the only one in the negative. Kyle Hirsch, 29th place, behind Amp, Alex Potts in 28th.
KJ Nybo was letting me down.
Yeah, me too.
Classic name, but didn't come through.
Bad pick.
Yeah, European Open, Carl Johan Nybo. Yeah, you would think.
KJ Nybo, he's like a classic. I have a KJ Nybo T-Bird.
Yeah, what year did it come out?
Like 2017.
And how many European championships did he have on that thing at that time?
I don't know. I haven't looked at it in 6 years.
But have you seen him load a dishwasher by throwing the plates into it? Because I don't know any other disc golfers that can do that.
Sounds like he did that.
It was a sick, weird European commercial for like a dishwasher. I don't know.
That is why Kevin Jones is KJ USA, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because KJ Nybo was KJ.
Oh, I never thought about that.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Well, Jason got KJ Nybo at 27th. Randy, 23rd. That's 623 points more than last week.
That's not too bad. Eric Oakley was my only bad pick.
Ryan Travis, 148343, 21st. Turtles in Your Face in 18th. Cat Beam is 16th. Corey Buns in 13th.
Not bunsy enough, apparently.
Bickersmith in 12th. Behind 11th place, Rob Wiest of the Mississippi. So you did manage to gain 6 points on him with your 9th place finish.
I'll
Corey.
just nickel and dime him to the finish line.
1 point behind me in 8th. Woohoo! Jaimen in 7th. Got me by like 18 points. Zach McDonald in 6th. Kevin Kroenke in 5th. I saw he posted something about me catching up with him. And Ivan Marmota commented on the Facebook page, but he didn't clarify. Is it Ivan Marmota or Ivan Marmota?
Oh, did he? I missed it.
He said he liked the debate about the pronunciation, but he never clarified which one's right. So I'm going with both. Lefty Flick 21 is in 3rd. Brian Heller in 2nd, and your winner, the other fake Corey Me Up Cook.
I just be out here influencing winners.
It doesn't help your points though.
I think there should be an unofficial column in this game that's like,
What if they lose points? Then you have to lose them as well.
well, then they're cut. It's a contract year. They should know this.
So overall, we got 50 participants. Corey Buns, 41st place, behind Kenji Klein in 40th. Dell is the best pots. Alex Stinky is in 38th, coming for you.
Yep.
Corey Me Up Cook, 32nd, behind Mikey Botles. I'm in 29th out of 50. Okay, I got some more. Oh, right behind Flying Squirrel. I'm coming for you, though. Don't worry about it. He's in 28th. Kevin Kroenke, 27th, Kate Disc, behind Kristen McDonald. We don't know who Stubbs is, do we? That was one that changed their name. Jason Lasasso Star in 23rd, behind Randy Bobandy and Alex Potts. Wow, a nice little log jam there at 21st to 23rd. Only a couple hundred points separating them, but they're all behind Turtles in Your Face. Cat Beam is 16th place. Highland Mike Warner in 15th. Jaimen Hume 13th. One spot behind Rob Wiest of the Mississippi in 12th. Ryan Nelson in 11th. Bickersmith in 10th. Brandon Klein in 9th. Zach McDonald in 8th. Brian Heller 7th. Ryan Travis 148343 in 6th. 5th place, Corey Cook.
Holding it down.
A little over 100 points behind Ivan Marmota in fourth, and losing ground in third place, Kyle Hirsch.
Give it time. He'll screw it up.
Mike Schwartz in second, and still your leader with 18,425 points, Jason's mechanic. Any truth to the rumor, Jason? That's why you take him on those trips in case something happens with the car?
Good idea, but I'm glad he was driving.
What, do you play an Oregon Trail and you're picking the banker so you have a little extra spending money in your journey? Gotta have that mechanic in case you need to repair the wagon. Oregon Trail jokes.
Sorry you died of dysentery. Wow, that feels appropriate.
I was going to say, after your trip, you almost had it.
Yeah.
So European Disc Golf Festival and Warwick Disc Golf Championships. If you haven't gotten your picks in like me, now would be the time to do so. That was Jim. Alex. 1, 2, and 6 are out.
Lucky number 7.
7. Okay. There's an event this weekend, the Warwick Disc Golf Championships. I thought we would make picks.
All right.
So it looks like it's just MPO and FPO. You want to take a second and look at how many we picking? What are we picking? While you're looking at that, who all's planning on playing?
I am. I just posted the PDGA link.
I'm in.
I think a good chunk of us are. I know I'm heading down with, or at least I'm sharing a room with Kyle Hirsch and Justin Michelli and JP Hafner.
It's 5 of us.
Corey, do I not see your name in there?
Nah, I agreed to go to a wedding before it was on my calendar, or Warwick's on my calendar, so I agreed to it.
They didn't check the 8-tier schedule when they made the wedding? Damn.
I know, these sons of bitches.
All right, well, that means you'll get some extra points because you won't have to pick yourself.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong.
All right, so it looks like 11 FPO and 61 MPO. So I'm thinking, do you want to do 2 picks in FPO or just 1?
I was thinking 1.
Mm-hmm. That was my first initial thought.
I vote 1, I guess. It's simple.
All right, then how many MPO?
I vote 3.
3 and 1?
That's my vote.
Sure.
I got a way to pick the seating order.
Okay.
You're going to fucking love it. Going to do it by the Stony Kill main layout all-time leaderboard on UDisc. Jason the Sasso, number 10 with a 49. He's top.
49's a 9 down.
I don't know what the power is there.
Not bad. 58 for Kyle Hirsch and Corey.
Are you reading them in order? So Jason's first?
Yeah. And then Jaimen 39th with a 52.
The hell did that happen?
Wait,
When did that happen?
I've shot 8 down there before. Is this not on?
Okay, hang on. Let me go from the top again. Jason's was October 9th, 2021. What is your UDisc name, Alex?
Amplified with a 4 instead
You
of
probably don't score your rounds, sir. That's your... Oh, yeah. Okay, there you are. Amplified. Sorry. Amplified in 2022, April, with a score of 50.
So he's second?
He's second, yep. And then I think I saw Jaimen 39th with a score of 52 in November of 2018. Randy, what is your UDisc username?
Randy Bobandy.
Okay, I don't think I've seen that. And then, I'm also tied at 39 with a 52.
Oh, I got a 51 recorded.
Fuck. Yep, damn, I really screwed this up. Yeah, Randy Bobandy with a 51. So I guess it's Jason top seed, then Alex, then Randy, then me and Jaimen.
Well, Jason, do you want to go first or do you want to go last and have the snake option?
I kind of like the snake option.
Also reverse order?
Yeah.
Here you go, Pat.
So wait, do you mean reverse everybody?
Reverse everybody.
Yeah, like that Uno card.
All right. So somebody's got to tell me what's the new order.
So Randy or Jason's last. Okay, who's first is between me and Jaimen.
I already determined Jaimen. We're going alphabetical by second letter.
Okay, so so Jaimen, me, Randy, Alex, Jason.
So you guys said 3 MPOs. I'm actually going to say 4, but one of them has to be below 960.
Okay, I like it.
We're throwing in a dark horse.
I like it. And scoring is just placement, right? We're not looking for
just placement.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. If they DNF, they just get whatever their position would be in last place. MPO, FPO, and a dark horse MPO, and it could be in any order as usual.
I was saying under 960 or 960 and under.
There's no 960s.
Yeah, but am I pissed that Muccelli didn't drop 8 points last rating to get to 960, or less pissed because he would have had to drop 2 more points?
Okay, so what are the numbers again? 3 MPO, whatever you want, 1 MPO under 960, and then 1 FPO. Okay.
Yeah, what's the strat?
Is everybody looking at this on SkipAce or on PGA?
No, PGA. I'm not a Neanderthal,
I linked it in the Zencaster chat.
I mean, it's really easy to scroll through on SkipAce, but it's also hilarious when there's like 9 of the same person.
I like to look at my tournament results when Isaac Robinson looks a little bit disappointed in me.
He does. He does.
He's like, what the fuck was that for?
All right, so Jaimen, you have the first pick for the Warwick Disc Golf Championship. Tournament director Ryan Kenny.
All right, I'm going to have to go with somebody who hasn't been there in a while, but has won it several times, Andrew Fish.
Alrighty.
It's a good pick. It's a good pick.
Corey, who you got?
Man, I really want to take Brinster because it's like Warwick and Brinster, but no, I'm going to go Brinster.
Fair.
Wise choice. Randy.
I'm going to go Kate Clay because
Dang
I
it.
want her to know that I believe in her, even though I didn't pick her as my partner for the Stony Kill Scramble.
Oh, she was so pissed. She was talking about it.
She was not happy.
All right, Alex.
I didn't realize it was my turn.
Should have paid attention to them leaderboards.
Yeah, you kept changing the order on me. It threw me off.
I'm the one trying to write it down. I erased more times on this thing.
Should have dropped more arrows.
We are going to take last year's winner, Harry Chase.
Going for the three-peat.
Jason, 2 picks.
All right, let's go Matt Hammerstein and Craig Cutler.
All right. Alex.
Let's go Michelle Gallagher.
All right, Randy.
I'm going to go with Filth Raskinator.
Yeah.
So he's your...
He is my dark horse.
Dark horse. All right, Corey.
I'm going to go... I'm going to go Cassandra Leoy.
All right, and Jaimen's got 2 picks.
All right. I'm going to go with, where did he go? Ryan Peterson, big gamble on somebody who's not a propagator. So that 956 could be way too high or way too low. And then I'm going to go with Debbie Yu.
All right, back to Corey.
I'm going to take Wyatt Mahoney.
Randy.
Dylan Capiccioli.
All right, and Alex. You're muted, Alex.
Thank you. I asked if David Fleck was still on the board, and then nobody said anything, and I'm like, I didn't even look over. So David Fleck was my pick if he's still available.
Yeah, I believe he is. All right, and 2 picks to Jason.
I'm doing 2 picks, so I've already got 1. But has Kyle Moriarty been chosen?
No.
Okay, I'm going to choose Zach Doyle and Kyle Moriarty.
Is Kyle the dark horse?
No, Kyle Moriarty. Oh, wait, did I already pick too many? I did. All right, never mind.
You got Hammerstein, Cutler.
So it's 3.
Yeah, you get 1 more MPO plus a dark horse.
Yeah, I need to take one of the MPOs away. I'll take Kyle Moriarty and I'll go David Koch.
Dang it.
So, Alex.
All right. If I remember correctly, I should have an MPO pick and a dark horse pick.
Correct.
I'm going to go with Justin LaMarche for my dark horse pick.
Kind of wanted that one.
All right, Randy.
Zach Cizon.
Okay, I would not have spelled it like that based on your pronunciation.
I was up north this weekend. I'm using my French accent.
It's all good. Corey.
Definitely going Brad Schott.
Yeah.
Schott. He's a Vermonter that plays a shit ton of tournaments, especially in our area, but recently sponsored by Innova and recently sponsored by Smuggler's Notch. All around great dude.
Your last 2 picks, Jaimen.
All right. I am not 100% sure who's still on the board, but I think everybody above 1,000's out, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Ethan Hine and Owen McCall.
Hine and McCall.
Who's going to be
All
my
right.
dark horse?
Corey, got a dark horse.
I don't know any of these names.
You know one of them.
I do know one of them.
2 of them.
And I know a couple of them, but man, I would pick Hafner, but he's got to promise me to not blow it. Like, just focus Hafner. Get your hair cut before the event. I'll take Hafner. I believe it. I'm a Hafner believer in Warwick.
Don't let him climb any trees.
No, he's gonna. I don't actually know if and when he listens, but
I'm texting him right now. I already have a disc up in a tree at Warwick.
I'm taking Hafner.
Randy, you got an MPO pick left.
Has Kyle Hirsch been picked yet?
No.
No, why
All
would
right.
he?
Yeah, fair. I'll be going with Kyle Hirsch.
All right. And Alex, MPO pick left.
Jaimen Hume.
Smart, because I'm going to beat Kyle Hirsch by at least 1.
Exactly.
And Jason has the last pick in the FPO division.
So before I pick, can I clarify what's the rule if the person drops out?
If I know beforehand and you can replace that person, just let me know. If it's after tea time, if they,
Then they just get the last place.
Yeah, they would get the last place. So right now, if assuming no other women sign up, theoretically 5 FPOs could drop and 5 FPOs can sign up. But right now they'd get 11.
Okay. She's going to hate me for picking her, but I'm going to pick
Margaret Sassaman?
So.
All right. if you know she's going to drop out, just pick somebody different before tee off of the first event. And that goes for basically anybody. If we can figure it out beforehand, then, no harm, no foul. Just make sure we get a legit replacement in before that. There's no ratings or anything coming. And actually, even if there were, it doesn't matter. If ratings came out tomorrow and Phil Thraskinator goes to 962, it doesn't matter. You picked him at 959, But I don't think ratings are coming out tomorrow, so it's a moot point.
No, I got a couple weeks on that. 2-3 weeks.
I had no idea. I'm making this shit up. With Warwick, you guys know that there's some construction over by the Warwick course, right? I don't know if it'll be done by this weekend.
It wasn't done by today.
Oh, you went out there today? Yeah, I almost did. I've actually been out there the last 3 days, but today I didn't because it rained a bit.
Yeah. We got in the car right as it started to rain and then managed to follow the storm all the way up until Hudson. And we were just in it. It was pretty rough. But I guess the best way to do it isn't even to go towards Warwick. There's a road that you normally just ignore. Hard to describe, but
yeah, from Florida, you take the right at the light. And if you take that first left that veers left, you can just go straight down. What I noticed is if you do take your regular route, somebody put some disc golf signs with arrows pointing to where the course is.
Yeah, it was super convenient. Great job to whoever did that.
Absolutely.
On the way back, we didn't unwind correctly, and we just ended up at that intersection. Oh wait, I know where I am, and then just carried on.
Which is weird because Waze is wonky because it's I think because it's so negligible as far as the distance. Like I said, I've gone 3 times in the last 4 days, and each time it's a little bit different. Usually coming back, it just has me just stay straight, and you'll end up back into Florida basically.
Yeah,
that last little stretch.
So for everybody playing the tournament, I'm looking at the map right now. I don't know if that construction will be done by the tournament, but normally you follow Highland Ave. You take a right onto Wheeler Road. That road that you stay on once you take the right at the light has 3 different names.
Mm-hmm.
Starts off as Highland, then goes to Wheeler Road, then turns into Union Corners Road. It's all the same road, but instead of veering right onto Wheeler, if you stay straight on Highland, that also turns into a different road name. What the fuck's wrong with you, Florida, New York? And it turns into Jessup Road. And if you just keep following that down to Sargent Road, take a right onto Sargent Road. Sargent Road will tee with Union Corners Road, and you can just take a right and go towards Warwick. And at that point, if you take a left, you go to Edenville to kind of give you an idea of where stuff is.
Yeah, and it shouldn't be a major backup. Maybe allow 5 minutes extra, maybe.
Yeah.
But that started at the beginning of the month, and it's weird. It had a sign, a legit, metal sign made, but it had so much small print. It's I'm not going to stop in the middle of the road to read this fucking sign. I think Brian Heller posted about the road closure, so I just knew going in. And I use Waze anyway, so Waze is the best way, but otherwise you just head your normal way and it'll force you to turn left and then follow the disc golf signs. But just public service announcement. Who hasn't picked a hole yet?
I have not.
What do you got? 1, 2, 6, and 7 are out.
Oh, 1, 2, 6, and 7. I want to hear more about Jaimen's Weed Whacker, so I'm picking hole 3.
So Jaimen, Clay Park Classic.
Oh, well, actually, I think we will hear about Jaimen's Weed Whacker potentially if he wants to.
The 2024 Dynamic Disc Clay Park Classic presented by Rapid Rivers in Liverpool, New York. Is that one of those places you visited on your road trip the other week, Corey? Liverpool?
I didn't go that far west.
Tournament director Steve Sakari. Jaimen and Corey were the only 2 here that played the Clay Park Classic?
Yes.
Okay. Who wants to start between the 2 of you?
I'm good. Go, Corey, and go.
I'll jabber. Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, Jaimen was the reason why we all signed up. I think he was just spamming everyone while standing on the tee pad of the CTK Flex, hey, you want to play Clay Park Classic? And he snagged a couple people. So, super last minute, Caitlin Clay, myself, Kyle Hirsch, Jaimen, Muccelli, and Tucker Kozlowski signed up. We all eventually met up in Amsterdam and carpooled out there in Caitlin's car. So we jammed ourselves in there and headed up to play Clay Park.
So let me just get this right. Jaimen, last Monday you said, hey, Kate, do you want to go up to where a bunch of us are going? And she ended up driving?
Yeah, she drove. I think she signed up on her own, completely independent of everybody else. Yeah, we all just kind of showed up to the same parking lot and jumped in Kate's car.
Heck yeah.
She probably has the biggest vehicle, and if there was 6 of us, it would have been a clear decision. Yeah, take 2 cars. With 5 of us, Looking back at it, maybe should have took 2, but we all jammed into one car, which was fine.
I will say that it was very nice of them. They let the old guy sit in the front, so that was
cool. But we had to put the kid in the jump seat in the middle, so Kyle sat there, and then myself and Tucker sat in the back. But luckily, Caitlin has to move her seat way up, so I had plenty of leg room to stretch out in the back. So yeah, we went out. It was forecast was great. The MPO field started out on the west side, which is more open for sure. Actually, we kind of had a disc cap card round 1. It was myself, Tucker, Jaimen, and a Drew Gibson lookalike. I think his name's Jonathan Hall. He's from like the Rochester area. I played pretty good. I left some birdies out there, and there really isn't any hole there that you should bogey. There's definitely a couple that you can, but like going bogey free there is definitely kind of the goal. So after round 1, I was 4 down and a tie for 13th place. We had a long ass lunch break because the east side typically plays a little bit longer time wise, and there was no like staggered start, so we kind of hung around in the pavilion for a while waiting for Caitlin's card to finish before swinging by Central New York's version of Stewart's Burn Dairy for sandwiches and snacks and stuff. So then round 2, I played with myself. Actually, my round 2 card was Kyle Hirsch and a couple of Central New York classics, Luke Sacker and Jacob Peters. And my round 2 started like hot dog shit. I started with a lost disc penalty after losing my disc on a hole, having to re-tee and taking a double bogey. And then the second hole, I had an amazing drive. I had a little jump putt approach. It was a par 4. And I had like maybe it was a 15-footer, and I hit dead center low, and the ring came up and literally threw it out of the basket. So after the first 2 holes, I was a little tilted. But from there, I kind of had a little bit of a streak where I birdied some of the tough holes. But then the back 9, I just kind of took too many bogeys and threw literally all my birdies away to finish with an even round. But it was good enough for basically last cash. Muccelli had me by 1 stroke with a couple holes to go, and he ended up bogeying one of them to tie me. So anytime I can tie Muccelli, I'll take that. But I also beat Kyle Hirsch by, I think, 2 strokes on the day. Or actually, no, way more strokes than 2. So I kind of joked with him that, Pat, we're going to have to bring back that record. You know, I've won like 2 out of the past 3 events against Kyle Hirsch.
Well, why don't we start it at 1? Because I know that I'm looking at it. So we'll say 1.
My Kyle Hirsch win streak is definitely 1 right now.
And you got him by what, 6 strokes, 7 strokes?
6 strokes. Yeah, round 2 when we played together, he was just not getting birdies. Kind of had a tough round, but usually he's if this is one little dip in his line, then I'm sure he's going to bounce back and crush it at Warwick. But bested him that day.
Why didn't you pick him? Randy picked him after you.
I don't believe him that much. That he's going to have a good day or a good weekend. I don't think he's going to have a great weekend. But overall, I mean, I feel like I was putting well, which was good because usually if there's anything I lose confidence in is my putts. I feel like at this point I should be draining most things in the circle, whether I have to step out around something or not. And like the past couple tournaments, except for the Jammer, that's kind of where I've been struggling and kind of getting legacy on approaches. So to go out to a B tier, like a non-local course, and make cash, even if it was only $40, I'll call it a win. Even I'm pretty sure I spent half of that at Chick-fil-A on the way back, and then regretted it as I was in a food coma the entire time. But I'm glad Jaimen riled us up to all sign up and play.
Jaimen, how'd you do?
Oh, I did terrible. It was really, really bad. It was fun though. That's like why I wanted to go out and play the tournament, is because I really haven't been playing any disc golf at all lately, and I needed to kind of do something to push me back into gear. I was hoping that it was going to push me back into the gear the week before the tournament, but unfortunately it pushed me back into the gear the week after the tournament. So I think a nice solid week of a little bit more balance in my life between playing and coursework is going to go pretty far for Warwick. But I think that I've just put way too much time into everything else going on and not ever getting out and enjoying the sport that I spend so much time working on. So it was a good wake-up call. Definitely not something I ever want to do again in a tournament, but it was just frustrating, the play. But I had a good time, surrounded by good people. Hanging out with them the entire day was a lot of fun. Even Corey. And then we got giant milkshake on the way home, so that was cool.
Nice.
Especially after I got dropped off in Amsterdam and then drove the hour back to my house. I know I'm barking up the wrong tree, but the whole time I'm thinking, like, why did I get the milkshake? Why didn't I just get a freaking Dr. Pepper or something? Because I feel like that milkshake put me over the edge as far as feeling bloated and tired.
Looks like Caitlin Clay came in second place in the FPO division with 2 rounds, 921 and 910. So that's going to help her keep over that 900 rating. Like you said, Corey, you tied with Justin Michelli for last cash. And Tucker Kozlowski, second place finish.
Off the chase card, I think round 1, he was about 4 strokes back off the lead from Matt Miller, still with a pretty solid 981 rated round, and then went onto the east side and just absolutely lit it up. He went bogey free with 6 birdies on the east side for a 10-10 rated round, and to go bogey free through that course, certainly doable, but definitely impressive just to stay that clean. I mean, you hit one moderately iron leaf and kick left or right on some of those holes, and you're literally, the bogey is absolute best case scenario. So it almost came down to a playoff. I think he finished up on hole 1 and just missed an outside the circle putt for birdie, so he finished in at 11 down, and we just had to watch Matt Miller finish his last 2 holes, which he parred and birdied to just not even bring a playoff into contention. But yeah, I was definitely rooting for Tucker all day.
Heck yeah. All right, everybody's going through once. Jason, 4, 5, 8, or 9?
4.
All right, so I did last week in disc golf. I figured out a player of the week, but there was a bunch of ties, and it was nothing too stellar. So I decided to do a little different, and I figured we could highlight a different Hudson Valley Disc Golf Podcast player of the week. Ethan Hatters played, the Junior World Championships?
Oh, yeah.
Did anybody follow that this weekend?
I saw a handful of posts, but I didn't go too in-depth with it.
Yeah, I was checking the scores every day.
Looks like he finished 18th.
Out of 136.
Nice.
Danny White, he was posting, basically giving updates all week, and I just thought that's pretty impressive. Does anybody know where the Junior World Championships were?
Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Oklahoma. Good. So he was MJ 15, so that's 15 and under? You tell me he's under 15?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's really good.
I think he is. Has he just turned 15? I forget.
Oh my goodness. Oh, he's probably using the Jason rule. So he'll be 15 again next year for some reason. Great.
No, it's a disadvantage for juniors, actually. So, like, he can't turn 16
at all
this year.
No.
Yeah. If he turned 16 during like this calendar year, he wouldn't be able to play in FJ15. So he would have had to play against 18-year-olds this year.
So if he's 15 today, it doesn't matter. He won't be able to play next year is what you're saying.
I believe that's right. Yeah.
Okay. I thought that Ethan Hater's finish was worthy enough of his own hole. One of these days, maybe one of you guys will be worthy of your own hole, but we'll have to see.
I was trying to see, after round 1, he just kept climbing all week. He had a rough round 1 and was in 72nd. And then round 2, he gains 31 spots with a 5-down round. Going into round 3, he gains another 15 spots, or coming out of round 3, he gains another 15 spots to be in 26th. And then round 4 gains another 7 spots to be in 19th and make the cut to get into semis. Was there a cut? Yes. Top 55 goes to the semifinals, where he ultimately finished in 18th place, averaging 957 for the week. I think his highest rated round was 981, or actually no, 997 round 4. Definitely a great week for Ethan. I think everybody in the area is an Ethan Hatters fan. They'd be stupid not to be.
Good job. He is also the group photo for Discap. He looks 27, but that's just me. Randy, 5, 8, or 9?
Let's go 5.
That's the ace place. So I have 9 questions for you guys to answer. Randy, 1 through 9. What hole would you like?
How about hole 9?
This is perfect because this was a question directly targeted to you. Randy, does Dunkin' Donuts truly taste better in Massachusetts?
It's absolutely cheaper, and I find cheaper things taste better.
Okay. Alex, 1 through 8.
I'd stick with lucky number 7.
This past weekend was the anniversary of the moon landing. In your opinion, did we actually land on the moon?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
But what about an asteroid, answers. Like in that one documentary where they blew it up?
Documentary.
If NASA was willing to fake achievements like that, we probably would have another major NASA achievement since the moon landing.
It's probably the best argument I've ever heard. Jaimen, 7 and 9 are out.
Let's go with 6.
Okay, well, this is perfect for you, too, because I don't know your guys' answers. With a level open field and 200 feet to the basket, what is your go-to disc and shot?
Oh, proxy. Just kind of straight at it. A little high.
Backhand, I assume?
Yep. Yeah.
All right. Corey,
1.
do you plan on watching the Olympics?
No. Nope. Maybe I'll see some reels afterwards, but I'm surprised they even still do it. No, there's certain events. No, the answer is no.
Jason, 1, 6, 7, and 9 are out.
2.
What was your first car?
I briefly had a Eagle Premier that, I had it for like a few weeks.
Was it like a Dodge Avenger?
It was like I don't know, whatever their sedan was. And, it was in rough shape, and I was driving it with, my permit, and the brakes totally gave out when I was going down a big hill, and then all sorts of other stuff failed on it. So didn't have it very long.
All right. Randy, 3, 4, 5, 8.
5.
I asked Alex this. Will you or did you vote in the PDGA election?
Okay, I also haven't found the email in my inbox, and now I'm realizing it's near the end of July, so I gotta try and figure that out. So I do want to vote, but right after we interviewed the candidates, I went to vote, and I could not find the email.
I asked Alex that question, and I hadn't gotten it yet. I got it in the past week.
Oh, I'm going to search right now.
Me too.
Listeners, this is your opportunity to vote. Go do it.
Yeah, because this will be the last opportunity. Because next Wednesday voting closes, or Thursday technically. Who was second? Was it Alex?
I don't remember.
We'll go with you. 3, 4, 8.
Number 4.
In your prime, what Olympic sport, summer or winter, do you think you would have done best at?
Volleyball. That one's really easy for me.
I don't plan where they go. I just I will be asking that one again though for the next few weeks.
Cool.
Jaimen, 3 or 8?
3.
Do you remember your first ace? What disc was it? Do you still have it?
I do remember it. It was hole 5A at Saratoga. It was with an Empire Discs sparkly Verdict. The one Tim Giardini still throws its twin. It's like an orange sparkly Verdict that he throws all over the place. I remember it because there was another guy named Jaimen on the card with me at the time.
That guy. He's the only other.
Yeah, the only other one. The Saratoga people call me Alt J because I'm younger than he is, so I'm the new one. And then I do not have that disc anymore. I remember walking around Maple Hill in a practice round with Jimmy Scanlon one time, just raving about how perfect that disc was for everything right before I threw it in the swamp on hole 16. Never to be seen again.
All right. And there's only one question left. This will be for both Corey and Jason. Corey first. Do you plan on watching Deadpool and Wolverine in theaters?
In theaters? Damn, I did go on record not too long ago saying Deadpool was the only movie I would see or have really seen in theaters, but I'd say there's a 30% chance. That's even too high. I'd say there's a 20% chance.
What about you, Jason?
No, not unless Christopher Nolan's directing it. I'm not going into theaters.
He is, actually. You didn't know that?
Is he really?
No.
I would have probably heard of it, but no, I'm not going to go see it.
I'm pretty sure I would have a good enough experience and save $20, if not more, and about an hour and 15 minutes of driving in the dark, getting blinded by people's headlights, to just rent it on YouTube for $6 or whatever it could do.
All right, so we got 2 holes left. Who was up? Does anybody know? 1, 2, 3.
I picked 4.
Okay.
So assertive.
No, I'm saying I was the last one to pick, so I don't know.
Oh.
Well, basically, there's only one more pick to go. Jaimen, 8 or 9?
9.
Okay, disc cap tags. I think we went through them not last week, the week before. I was wise this time. I actually kept track. Disc cap tags, the most rounds played with 45, Mike Zanchelli. Evan Parsley and Brian Bickersmith have 42, and Ryan Yadow and Corey Cook have 29 rounds played. Of us, my tag number is higher than all of yours combined. I have the 157 tag with 4 rounds played. Alex has the 31 tag with 6 rounds played.
Is that what you actually have?
That was my next question.
I am 99% sure that is the actual tag I have. I don't have it within reach right now, but that was the one I remember having.
All right. I got Randy at 21 with 8 rounds played. Are either of those numbers accurate?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
All right. And then everybody else is in the top 10, so I thought I'd go over the top 10. Number 10 tag with 19 rounds played, Jason Gorsuch. Jaimen has the number 9 tag with 8 rounds played, which is, I think, 6 or 7 more than last year.
Probably. Also, just to confuse things, I don't have my tag. I don't know who does.
Oh, looks like 8 might be as many as we see out of Jaimen this year.
The 8 tag is David Koch with 5 rounds played. The 7 tag with 7 rounds played, Justin Muccelli. With 29 round played, Corey, do you still have the 6 tag?
I do, yeah, yes. Brian tried taking it from me this past weekend on J27, but he failed.
What would you say against Brian if I was a betting man playing J27? What would be like percentage-wise that you would win versus him?
Oh, man. Probably 50-50. Maybe 52-48 in my favor. I don't know. I guess it really is close to 50-50.
Okay. The 5 tag with 12 rounds played. Jason, do you still have the 5 tag?
Yep, still got it.
All right. 4 tag with 8 rounds played, Kyle Hirsch. 3 tag with 1 round played, Dave Hudson, who's injured. The number 2 tag, Tucker Kozlowski, has 7 rounds played. And the 1 tag with 6 rounds played, Tim Giardini.
Nice.
Yeah, 10.
And those are your disc cap tag. Hole 8 is last week in disc golf. July 15th through 21st, Colonial Acres Dubs had 15. Christopher Evanchuk came in 3rd place, -7. Mark Evanchuk and Benji Farrell at -9 in 2nd place. And your winners with -10, Willie Harrison and Robert Gerstmann. Gunk's Monday doubles had 14. Had a 3-way tie for 2nd at -5 between Daniel Wetzel and Jackson Quinn, Brian Hauser and Ben Vargas, and Angus Rose and Nick Warren. Your winners at -6, Kelly Turpening and Steve Rush. Prospect Park Dubs had 28. Tie for 2nd, Joshua Lee and Evan Parsley at -13. They tied with David Chaikin and Kevin Wen. Your winners, Lenny Rubin and Tyler Gannon, the Cannon, as Corey says, at -15.
The Cannon Gannon.
Saratoga Spa Random Dubs had 22. Travis West and Jacob Dunbar came in 3rd at -14. Ryan Lawrence and Anthony Stamboli at -15 in 2nd place. And your winners, Peter Gray and Charles Carpenter Jr. III at a -16. Field of Dreams Dubs had a 3-way tie for 3rd. CJ Snyder, Rich Mango, John McDuff and Dustin Wolf, and Troy Upright and Michael Davis all shot -9. Joe Schneider and Ari Eisner tied with Andrew Brown and Chris Kastman at -10. Tuesday, J-Dubs Points Championships. Now, Tuesday we had some bad weather, didn't we, Corey?
There was a little spat of some terrible weather, yes, you could say that. Which is also funny as I'm looking at the UDIS leaderboard right now, and it says the weather report shows 76 degrees and a 4-mile-an-hour wind with no rain. I don't know where the hell they got that weather statistic from, but yeah. So Tuesday there was I was kind of watching the radar, and there was this pretty nasty storm kind of making its way across the state. I think I spent my entire day at work watching it, while also some of the other clubs that I'm in on Facebook, more west of here, I was kind of seeing what they were doing for their dubs, if they were canceling or whatever. I'm no meteorologist, but watching the radar, it looked like, okay, we might get a little bit of garbage coming through by the park around the time that we were going to start, around 5:30. So I made a post saying that dubs is still on, and we're playing south, which plays pretty quickly. If we have to wait 15 minutes or so for it to, clear up or come through, we'll just start at 5:45. So 8 people ended up showing up, including myself. We all kind of watched the radar, and it looked like, we're probably going to get missed by the entire thing. Maybe it might sprinkle a little bit, or a little bit of rain. So grabbed our umbrellas and went out. It was myself and Chad Mendraza, and then Tom Riscona and Eric Bostonbrook on the card. We got through one hole before it started getting super windy, really windy, to the point to where we were close to kind of the open area of the park, and maybe we should not be standing in this small wooded area. So we ended up just playing the hole really quickly, but then it started pouring out. And at that point, we were playing hole 8, which is near the parking lot, the par 4. We threw our drives, and as we were walking out to our drives, it started to get heavier rain. It was pretty windy, but there wasn't any lightning yet or anything. So, we throw our approaches on hole 8 up towards the rock, and they were pretty bad because it was literally felt like 30-mile-an-hour winds. We go to finish the hole out, and then that's when things got turned up to 11, and the already strong winds got stronger. Lightning was hitting pretty close to where we were, just based on how long it took for the thunder to clap. As we were walking off the hole, we kind of hear a loud cracking noise. So I look up, and there's this giant tree that broke in half, and it was just, and basically like slow-mo coming down on the path from hole 8 to 9. Chadman Dryza was like walking on the path. He ran towards hole 9. Thomas Rascona dropped all of his shit and turned around and booked it for the field. I kind of stepped back and like watched where it was coming down. So definitely probably the craziest weather I've ever played in disc golf. And it all happened within a really quick moment. So at that point, like there was only 2 cards of us. We were all walking back to the pavilion at that point. And we just like kind of thought that it literally moved through the area in like 5 minutes. So after we all kind of dried out, one person didn't feel like playing anymore, which was totally understandable, gave him his money back. But the 7 of us decided like, oh, we'll go out there and finish. Looks like it's cleared up. So we all left our umbrellas at the car and went back out to finish, 15 or so holes. And I think probably one hole into it started to downpour on us again. So at least it was a warm day. But it basically rained on us for the next probably half an hour, 45 minutes. And then after that, it was fine. But yeah, no one really hung out after that day. But yeah, no one got hurt or anything. It was definitely interesting, an interesting day for dubs. But yeah, no, I don't know. That's it. Oh, so anyways, myself and Chadman Dryza ended up shooting 6 down, playing Jay East. And then we just beat out Brendan Sisk and Justin Muccelli at 4 down. I believe myself and Chad also took the birdie bank, and Muccelli parked hole 20 for the CTP. So now I had to go out and get a new chainsaw chain for my chainsaw after last time I used it, and cut up a big tree that's on top of 8 and 9's path. Maybe for next dubs.
Moral of the story, 8 people showed up for J-Dubs Points Championships, and there was only one smart one of the crew.
Yeah, I mean, he was probably one of the more wet people when we took a break, but he was definitely the driest one at the end of the day, that's for sure.
All right, what are you playing next week?
So this next week, which is the week that just passed, we're playing we're playing J South. Yeah, should be a good one. I think the weather is also looking iffy, so definitely not as iffy as last week. Holy shit. But hopefully we don't get hit by any rain. I feel like I'm living in Florida right now. It's just humid as shit, and there's a chance of rain every day at 3 o'clock.
Good comp. That's what the kids say, because it's a comparison.
Word.
Jaimen, anything go on at CTK singles? Were you smart? You just didn't do it?
Smart's not how to describe my planning. So I didn't look at the forecast at all, announced that it was happening, and had 5 people show up just to, I guess, dare me?
Challenge accepted.
Yeah. And so I was like, all right, well, judging by, this very cursory glance of Weather Underground, it looks like we're going to get absolutely slammed at 6 o'clock. Let's try to go out and play a little bit. We'll play a few holes. We kind of started on hole 1. We usually start on 7, 8, and 9 to get into the woods as fast as we can so we can get out of the woods by the time it's dark. We got 1 hole in, and it just started pouring on us. Crazy winds, thunder, lightning all over the place. We just left. We walked in from hole 1 and 2, just hung out in the welcome center at CTK and watched the storm roll in from the patio outside. And then once it was nice enough to walk to our cars, we just walked to our cars and left. And that's the story of why I check the forecast every Monday now.
Nice. Continuing on Tuesday, Kisco Tuesday Dubs had 21 players. See, that's the thing about this weather is it's so location specific right now.
Oh, it's crazy. Yeah.
So Kisco Tuesday Dubs had 21 players. 3rd place, -10, Mitch Pipes and Simon Ramon. 2nd place, -11, Kyle Lumsden and Dominic Veltri. And your winner, -12, Steph Chin and Chris Schofield. Wilcox, South Hatchet Tuesday Dubs, had 24 players. Max Horowitz and Zach McDonald came in 3rd at -8. John Horkey and Brandon Wolf came in 2nd at -9. And Miles DiMartino and John Tamburino are your winners at -10. Skyline Doubles had 8 players. Your winners, Brian Heller and Ryan Wetstein at -4. Discap Women's League at J Park had 5. Jess Lasasso shot a -5 to win it. Wednesday, Stony Kill Random Dubs. What happened there? Alex, do you know?
Canceled due to weather. It hit us pretty bad. Luckily, no significant damage on the course. But yeah, they weren't risking it with, winds and storms and rain and all that.
Absolutely smart. Shen Creek Dubs Week 16 had 20 players. Tie for 2nd, Chris Evans and Anthony Stamboli, and Cody Miller and Plouffe shot -7. Your winners, Ryan Lawrence and Dan McCrae, shot -8. Deadbeat Doubles on Wednesday had 10 who shot double front. I don't know if that's yellow or white, but Evan Keogh and Ryan Thomas Garrigan won it at -8. Michael and Ian hit the birdie bank to split $64. Paint Bureau Pro League had a tie for second with Harry Lehman and Josh Wynn, and your winner, Adam Nelson. Regeneron, no league this week, Randy?
No, with the bad weather, and I don't know. That is a fair weather kind of group. So, yeah.
That's fair. I only noticed it last week. I saw it on the UDisc app. I hadn't seen it before.
Yeah, this is the second year of us doing it, just during like the fair weather months, like May to September kind of thing.
So when I play kickball on Thursdays, there's always a multiple Regeneron team.
I play kickball.
The guys that I know there, I'm like, well, how come you guys aren't playing the Regeneron Disc Golf League? And then most of them are like, I didn't know it was a thing. So you got to get that in the newsletter that I know they send around at Regeneron.
Yeah, I don't think we've done any company-wide like ads this year. We did last year, and we have like 100 people in the email list, which is pretty sweet. But I think we only have like 40 individual people that have ever showed up. So it's not too bad.
There's not like a Regeneron_all email group you can just spam the entire company with.
There are people that would filter that, I think, before it landed in inboxes.
Is there a newsletter?
Yeah, we have like a company like landing page, and there's usually stuff down bottom, like banners and stuff for like events that are going on and clubs to join. So that's how we got started and built our email list originally.
The reason why I know there's a Regeneron newsletter is because years ago, this one team they were uberly competitive. They ended up winning the championship, and then I started seeing there's screenshots going around of the Regeneron newsletter where they like highlighted their championship win. So it kind of just added to like, oh, these guys are douchebags.
Yeah, but you still play kickball. So
Yeah.
So moving on to Thursday, Disc Beat Club Year 2 played SPW Whites. Mike Zanchelli came in third. Derek Stasinski came in second, and Brian Ellsworth in first. Overall, we have a tie for fifth at 13.5 points between Jay Malloy and Mike Warner. Tie for third at 15 points, Mel Gallagher and Peter Fitzgerald. Second place, Todd Everlith. And your leader, not Kevin Kroenke, it is Johnny Krajewski with 21.5 points. CPS Thursday Dubs had 20 players, a four-way tie for first place. -8 for Tim Martino and Troy Vasari, Ryan Yadow and Bobby Hallam, Peter Hodge and Kenji Klein, and Jeremy Forehand, Florida Man Millian, and Dennis Daly. Long Island Disc Golf Thursday Dubs played Blue Odd, Red Even. Third place at -6, Paul Joseph and Michael David. Sean Ziegel and Brian Wisher at -8. And your winners at -12, Nikos Hell Yeah and Anthony F. Port Jervis Disc Golf has a spring and summer league. Week 7 had 14 players. Jared Blasdell came in third at -7. Joe Garrett in second at -8. And Tyler Ferrati shot a -12 to win it. Also on Thursday, Crandall Park had the one disc to rule them all. Does anybody know what disc it was, or was it just any disc you chose?
It's just a one disc league.
So it could be any disc?
Yep.
Okay. Tie for second, Eric and Cody Conine. Not together, but they each tied for second at -5. And Adam Shoemaker won it at -6. Friday, Skylands Handicap League at Oasis. This is a handicap league, but the actual straight up scores, third place, Scott Spellman at -4, Jason Murak in second at -9, and Matt Pappas won it at -12. SPW Dubs League Blues had 23 players. Dustin and Mike Smith shot -7. Matt E. and John Krajewski -8 in second place. In first place at -11, Dan Perry and Dennis Daly. Cranmore Dubs League at Moreau had 26 players. Adam Shoemaker and Cody Conine came in third at -8. Joe Karen and Jirapat K at -9 came in second. And your winners at -10, Tanner Flint and John Hotmer. Saturday, Long Island Disc Golf July Tag Round, Mando Madness. Ryan Fitzgerald came in third with a 60. Paul 2 in second with a 58. And your winner at 55, Filth Raskinator. Wedge July Monthly at Kisco had 12 players. Giardino came in third at 60. Trevor Lambert in second at 59, and Milan Misko is your winner at 54. Sunday, Long Island Sunday Dubs. Third place, John Cronin and Stephen Hoffman at -10. Nikos Hell Yeah and Tom Budrowitz came in second at -11. And Johnny Nichols and Josh Winkler are your winners at -14. Glen Falls Disc Golf Tags at Crandall had 14 players. Eric Conine in third at -4. Charles Carpenter Jr. the third in second at -5. And your winner at -9, Cody Conine. Discap Sunday Tag League at Dove Creek. Has anybody here played Dove Creek?
Not yet.
Nope, not yet.
All right. They had 21 players. Tie for second at -4, Matt Cully and Tyler the Cannon Gannon. And your winner at -7, Josh Weinstock. And lastly, Skylands had their July monthly. They played Blue, had 48 players. Seapool, which is under 850 rated, had a tie for second with Tony Forder and Stacy Blasdell. Your winner there was George Henry. B-Pool, 850 to 920 rated. Alex Metcalf in third, Michael Luce in second, and Wes Halter is your winner. And the A-Pool, 920 plus, Scott Howard shot a -1 for third place. Rob Valecki in second at -2. And Brandon Lockhart is your winner at -3. All right. Last week in disc golf. Anybody got anything else?
Nope.
All right. You guys need to spread out your shit. Like, Jaimen, do a Friday so I can, skip around or something. All right. You guys got time for a quiz?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Figure out the teams. Randy, since you weren't here last week and you won the previous week, but, try to figure out what you guys want to do. I'll be right back.
So put it on you, Randy?
Who wants to be my partner? Wow.
I got no problems being your partner, Randy.
I mean, I always enjoy the Stony Killers versus the Disc Captains. So, yeah, let's do this, Alex.
We got to avenge the Stony Killers from last week.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I wasn't going to say it, but yeah.
It was kind of rough. Yeah, Kat also came upstairs and was just like, I don't think I answered any question.
It's hard the first time.
It was a tough week.
She knew the Ted Lasso one, and that might have been like kind of it.
I only knew a handful of them anyway, so.
We were listening to it in the car. I was crushing it up until, I don't know, there was one that totally threw me. It was the one where, it was like one of the electrical ones where the answer was not Transformer.
No, it was Transformer.
No, it was Transformer?
Yeah. I said Transformer, but I didn't answer Transformer. And we were supposed to answer Transformer.
Yeah, I like Transformer.
I did not like listening to that back. I felt so stupid making shit up.
All right. So last week it was Corey and Jaimen, right?
Yep.
Randy, what are you thinking this week?
So we're going to go with a Stony Killer versus Disc Captain rematch. So I'll take Kat's spot and partner with Alex.
All right. Thing with trivia is it's so weekly.
Yeah.
I could ask a category. You have no idea.
You don't have to, though.
I would appreciate it if you asked questions that I knew the answer to.
Well, since the Disc Captains are your returning champs, I'm going to let them go first.
Sounds logical.
Disc Captains. We got 2 categories. What category would you like?
Should we start with one?
Let's give it a go. Let's go with one.
Everybody knows the rules. Disc or no disc. All right. Question 1, category 1. What windblown plant, a symbol of the Old West, was brought to the U.S. in the 19th century from Russia? What windblown plant, a symbol of the Old West, was brought to the U.S. in the 19th century from Russia?
Definitely not tumbleweed, right?
Yeah, it's got to be tumbleweed.
Wait. I was just joking, right?
Wait, what? No, that's the symbol of the Old West.
But it was brought from Russia?
Yeah? So?
That does not sound like the right answer.
Name 4 plants you know from Russia.
I thought a tumbleweed was just a collection of fucking trash that got picked up in the
No,
wind.
it's like I don't know how they form, but like it's a bush.
Okay, all right. So tumbleweed.
Let's not overthink this one, Corey.
Okay.
Tumbleweed.
You guys good?
Yeah.
Is the tumbleweed a disc?
Oh, wow. Okay. I did not see that coming. I would lean yes.
Yeah, I kind of feel like it's going to be one of those, what's that company?
Lone Star?
Yeah, there we go. Thank you.
You
That's
agree?
what I feel like.
Yeah, I say yes.
Lone Star Discs, March 21st, 2022.
Nice.
Good start.
Stony Rivers, what do you got? 1 or 2?
I'm not very up on my Russian plants.
That would be sick if the whole category was Russian plants. Let's go.
Right?
Yeah, let's test out 2. Why
All
not?
right, sounds good.
All right, question 1, category 2. The name of what class of cold-blooded creature comes from a word for to creep? The name of what class of cold-blooded creatures comes from the word for to creep?
All right, so upper level, my thought is reptile, but I feel like we're going like one level down, like snake or lizard or something like that.
Yeah, I'm running through them all. Like even like worms. I don't even know.
Are worms cold-blooded?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, like pretty much everything that's not a bird or a mammal and some select giant fish.
All right, so what are you thinking?
What's really slow?
You at answering this question.
Turtles are pretty slow.
I think that made it worse.
But yeah, my instinct was lizard.
All right. I don't know. Sure. Yeah, they're creepy.
Going with lizard?
I think so. I'm not super happy with it, but it's the most I've got.
Yeah, I don't love it, but let's go with it.
What do you got, Disc Captains?
Can we hear the question? Yeah.
The name of what class of cold-blooded creatures comes from a word for to creep?
The class of cold-blooded
Turtle. Wait, class to creep.
What? Snail?
I
don't know what class it is, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't. I forget how that whole pyramid thing works.
Yeah, I kind of just want to I feel like almost all the amphibians aren't really that fast.
We could literally pick anything that's slow. I don't know, sloth, turtle, snail.
One of those was not cold-blooded.
Oh yeah, cold-blooded. Oh yeah. I mean, if you want to go snail, sure.
I don't think it's even the right answer. I think they're looking for an umbrella term for something, but I'm not gonna figure it out. And it's a steal.
Yeah, snail, sure.
We're looking for reptile.
Dang it.
I totally missed the word class on that first go around.
Okay, so that's what class is.
Whoops.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is not a disc.
Oh, so I guess a better answer would have been amphibian if we wanted to really play that game.
That would have been a legit guess. Yeah.
All right, well, it was a steal, so that's why we didn't go the legit route.
All right, Disc Captains, 1 or 2?
I still vote 1.
Okay.
All right, question 2, category 1. An Olympic gold medal is required to be at least 92.5% what metal and plated with a minimum of 6 grams of gold. An Olympic gold medal is required to be at least 92.5% of what metal and plated with a minimum of 6 grams of gold.
Why would they require a certain amount of something else?
And I feel like I'm just picturing them way bigger than they really are. I'm like, oh, it can't be a super dense metal that's going to hurt their neck, but they're not that big.
Yeah. Is it do you think it's silver?
No, because it says Olympic medal. Oh, wait. Ask the question again, Pat.
An Olympic gold medal is required to be at least 92.5% what metal and plated with a minimum of 6 grams of gold.
Okay, because I was thinking it couldn't be that expensive of a medal for them to give it to the bronze people too. I don't necessarily like silver.
Yeah, I don't either.
Is there any metal that sounds flowery?
That sounds... Oh, wait, what was the first answer?
Tumbleweed?
Good thinking. I didn't think of that part.
You know how to connect those two.
I'm thinking zinc. I feel like I remember some kind of a lesson in science where you took the zinc out of a penny. Why would they require it to be made out of anything else? Nickel?
I mean, I was kind of thinking nickel, but I mean, they got to make a lot of them, right? It's got to be somewhat of a... shit. I don't know. It's just going to be...
Nickel can't be an expensive thing. For something like that, I feel like, you know what I mean?
A nickel is kind of what I was leaning to originally. I mean, I don't know. I can't think of anything better. It'd be a complete guess.
Yeah. All right. Let's go with a complete guess of nickel.
Sure.
What do you got, Stony Killers?
Shit.
I have a guess that I'm relatively happy with, but if you have any logical anything, then...
No, I was just thinking stainless steel, maybe. I don't know. What do you got?
My thought was going off Wild West stuff. Copper.
Sure. Yeah, send it.
No,
You guys go with copper?
I think so.
We're looking for silver,
Damn. Talked you out of it.
That's crazy.
which is still not a disc. I've had this answer, not the same question, but that was Disc Captains. Stony Killers did not steal, but Stony Killers, 1 or 2.
Instinct is 2.
Yeah, I'll listen better this time.
All right, question 2, category 2. Teepees are different from other tents because they have upper flaps that are designed to release what? Teepees are different from other tents because they have upper flaps that are designed to release what?
Smoke?
That was my thought, yeah.
I believe that's, smoke.
Smoke sounds good to me.
Is the smoke a disc?
Maybe.
Oh, it sounds rad.
You throwing smoke?
Yeah. I want to say yes, if no one did that yet.
I feel like it should be a disc to the point where I'm happy saying yes.
Yeah, I like it.
I'm sorry, no.
Dang. Somebody's got to get on that.
Well, that's why I keep having silver as an answer. I'm waiting for somebody. Disc Captains, 1 or 2?
I'm definitely not against sticking with 1, but
Okay.
yeah, let's just stick with 1.
1?
We'll figure
Question
it out.
3, category 1. Originally from a Confederate marching song, what colorful flower was a hit for Mitch Miller in the 1950s? Originally from a Confederate marching song, what colorful flower was a hit for Mitch Miller in the 1950s?
Yikes.
The only thing I can think of is white rose, the white rose of Texas. But that's not a Confederate thing.
I have no idea why, but the word primrose kept coming to my mind, even though... But so I'm glad you said white rose, because that means I was same train of thought, even though they're both probably wrong.
The white rose of Texas is a Sousa march, I think.
Oh, I didn't even think about this as marching. You should know this. Sounds like band related. Well, if you grew up in Kentucky or something, maybe. Yeah, you like White Rose?
I do. I don't know why, but yeah, I think it's White Rose of Texas.
Sure.
What do you got, Stony Killers?
I'm pretty sure the song he's thinking of is the Yellow Rose of Texas.
Is that the song Pat's thinking of, or that Jaimen's thinking
That
of?
Jaimen's thinking of. But I am hesitant to correct Jaimen on anything music related.
All right, the only flower that popped into my head was bluebells.
Wait, what did you just
Something
say?
like that also jumped into my head.
Bells, Bell.
I don't know. That's all I got.
I am pretty confident Yellow Rose of Texas is a song of some kind. Wait, am I though?
Can you sing it?
No.
I got nothing. I haven't not heard of the Yellow or White Rose of Texas. I don't even really associate Texas with the Confederacy, if I'm going to be honest. Maybe
Yeah.
I'm way off on that, but
I feel good about Yellow Rose.
all right, I'm going to let you do it.
All right.
Is the Yellow Rose a disc?
Oh my goodness.
Is the Yellow Rose a disc? I mean, if it is a disc, it's got to be Lone Star.
I kind of hate that. That's not a good disc name.
I don't like it.
Smoke's not a disc name, but like Yellow Rose could be.
What's next? Purple Rain or Chocolate Rain?
Man, this is one where I want to say no, but it's like such a strange one that maybe it's a yes.
Yeah.
Like, can you make a yellow rose in any other disc plastic than yellow? Like,
You throw blue, yellow rose.
yeah, that just seems odd. I don't know.
That would just be green, Alex.
A green rose.
What do you think?
I don't know. I'm with you on the so bad it feels like it is type of thing.
All right, let's send it. Let's say yes.
All right. It's steel anyway.
Mhm.
I say yes.
Lone Star Discs, April 29th, 2024.
Nice.
Let's go.
And then you guys take the lead at 3-2, and it's your choice. What category, 1 or 2?
I have an inkling of what 2 is.
Let's do it then. Don't tell me.
All right. Let's do 2.
Question 3, category 2. What goal-scoring soccer position was played by former stars like Ronaldo and Zlatan Ibrahimovic? I literally asked this question so I could try to pronounce that. What
Nice.
goal-scoring soccer position was played by former stars like Ronaldo and Zlatan Ibrahimovic?
So goal scoring soccer position, I think striker.
That's what I was thinking. I didn't know if there was a... Is that an official name, or is that just like a forward that is favoring something?
I mean, it is a term for a position in soccer, which,
I was also thinking striker, so
it's a type of forward, I think.
okay.
I think striker is right.
I like it. Yeah.
You guys good?
Yep.
Yep.
Is the striker a disc?
That also sounds good. That's like a cool disc name, other than like striking non-chains, but I don't know. I like it.
Yeah, I think I like it too.
Latitude 64, November 12th, 2008.
An oldie.
Halfway
Yeah.
through, Stony Killers up 5-2. Disc captains, 1 or 2.
I say we choose another one.
Yep, you go. You pick.
The other one. I don't know. I don't actually know which one we've been choosing.
You better choose
You've been
one.
You've been choosing one.
And 2.
Go 2.
Mm-hmm.
All right, question 4, category 2. The Chinese have equated what green gemstone with purity and indestructibility? The Chinese have equated what green gemstone with purity and indestructibility?
It's got to be jade.
Yes, but can we overthink this to think about any other green gemstones?
There's an emerald also, but the Chinese are really big on jade.
I do recall from my intimate knowledge of their culture. Yeah, sure, jade.
Is the jade a disc?
Yes, definitely.
Yes. Yep.
Latitude 64, December 20th, 2013.
I could switch over. Good thing the difference between our tracks is standardized, so we don't fall off when switching.
Your gauge? you mean?
Yeah, the gauge of our rails is spot on.
All right, Stony Killers, 1 or 2.
Do you still think you know the category, Alex?
I no longer think I know the category. I might, but the last 2 answers have definitely thrown me off.
1 or 2.
Let's go with 2.
All right, cool.
All right, question 5, category 2. What 7-letter synonym for cold describes temperatures below the Celsius freezing point? What 7-letter synonym for cold describes temperatures below the Celsius freezing point?
Okay, Sub-Zero.
You just like pulled that. All right, go with it. Yeah, let's go.
It fits the theme I thought it was.
Oh, all right. Yeah, let's go.
There you go.
Sub-Zero.
Is the Sub-Zero a disc?
Is the Sub-Zero a disc? I don't think
I don't
so.
love it. No.
Yeah, I'm happy with no, I think.
Yeah, let's go no.
Kestrel Outdoors, July 15th, 2024.
So a week ago. Got it.
All right. Disc captains, 1 or 2.
I mean, how well do you know Mortal Kombat there, Jaimen?
There you go.
Not well. Just enough to guess that it was Mortal Kombat.
There's only 1 question left in category 2, 3 in category 1.
I mean, I'm trying to think of like what other Mortal Kombat characters do I know, but I kind of would like to take it because Alex and Randy got really giddy over it. So I say let's just take that and get it right.
Okay.
Category 2, Pat.
All right. Final question, category 2. A controversial piece by what composer consists of a pianist sitting without playing for 4 minutes and 33 seconds? A controversial piece by what composer consists of a pianist sitting without playing for 4 minutes, 33 seconds?
I listened to a podcast about this the other day. It's John Cage.
I was gonna say Johnny Cage is the only fucking guy I can think of. Damn, who was the dude that was all like, wait, don't tell me, the cyborg guy.
Do you actually not want me to tell
No,
you?
now I do.
Jax.
Oh yeah, Jax. Oh yeah, so John Cage.
Yep, that's it.
Is the cage a disc?
Ugh,
The Cage disc. That's a bad disc name.
don't really like it. The Cage, but it's a pretty simple word. I feel like that's easy pickings. Cage. I'm leaning 52-48 to yes. So
All right, that's like 2% more than I can drum up. I like it. I could see it being a good disc name for like an animal company.
Until PETA gets on them.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a disc.
Yep.
I found a composer song that fit with a Mortal Kombat theme. Do you think that's a disc? Of course it's not a disc.
Damn it.
Well, when you say it that way.
It had too many things going right. It's 4 letters. It's simple, but no, unfortunately, it's not a disc. I was so 50-50 whether or not Jaimen would get that. I'm so glad. But
Yeah, no, I'm glad too.
I misunderstood the question for a second. I thought you were asking for the name of it. I was like, you just
Yeah,
said
me
the name
too.
of it.
I'm pretty sure it's 4:33.
Well, it's 4:33 of silence. 4 minutes 33 seconds
Oh,
of
okay.
silence is the subtitle.
Oh wait, what was the first part of that question?
a controversial piece by what composer consists of a pianist sitting without playing for 4 minutes and 33 seconds?
Okay, I don't know if I even caught the without playing part. So he just sat there for
Yeah.
4.5 minutes.
Yeah, there's like movements in it, I think, and sometimes the performer will like close the lid of the piano in between movements and like reopen it up to distinguish between the different bits of silence. But yeah.
Stony Killers are up 6-5, and they get question 4, category 1. The makeup and costume worn by Johnny Depp in what 2013 film were inspired by a painting titled I Am Crow? The makeup and costume worn by Johnny Depp in what 2013 film were inspired by a painting titled I Am Crow?
Is that the Lone Ranger?
Yeah, the timing sounds right for that one.
You guys good?
I
Yeah.
think so.
Is the Lone Ranger a disc?
Something in my head says yes. I feel like I've seen it.
Yeah, I'm thinking yes as well, even though I don't like it as a disc name. But yeah, let's go with it.
Destiny/Dynamic Disc, January 1st, 1989.
89. Wow.
All right, does that make it 8-5?
That's what I had.
All right, final round. Disc captains. Question 5, category 1. Nectar-feeding bats pollinate the flowers that grow on the tips of the organ pipe variety of what desert plant? Nectar-feeding bats pollinate the flowers that grow on the tips of the organ pipe variety of what desert plant?
Organ pipe cactus?
But there's no way that's the answer to such a complicated question, right? The first thing I thought of was tubers. Because I like the word organ. Can you ask it one more time, Pat?
Nectar-feeding bats pollinate the flowers that grow on the tips of the organ pipe variety of what desert plant?
So desert plants even have flowers. I mean, like cactus do have flowers, right? They're like usually like pink or whatever.
Yeah, cactus is flower. Haven't you ever gone to Home Depot and bought a cactus with a flower hot glue gun to it?
No.
That was just part of living in 2008, I thought.
So they do have flowers, right?
Yes.
I mean, sure, cactus.
Yeah, I wish I could think of something different, but like that's really the only thing that I can think of.
Yeah.
Is the cactus a disc?
Oh.
Not a great disc name. We've had an awful lot of no's, though, that we said yes to.
The cactus. It's gotta be.
It's got to be.
I say yes.
You guys agree?
Yeah.
Yes.
Lone Star Discs today.
Oh,
Nice.
Wow.
What?
Nice.
nailed it. Well, as of 9:58, just got it in.
July 22nd, 2024.
The answer literally changed when we were recording.
All right, final question, up to 8-7 for the Stony Killer. Subgroups of what Native American tribe include the Tonto, the Lipan, and the Mescalero? Subgroups of what Native American tribe include the Tonto, the Lipan, and the Mescalero?
You know what Johnny Depp's character was in The Lone Ranger?
I would have guessed Crow, but
I don't know. I'm going to say it's probably not the Iroquois or the Algonquin.
no, we're thinking Texas right now.
Yeah, could be Cherokee.
That's a common one.
I mean, can we think of any other groups?
No, I was thinking like Blackfoot's the only other one I was thinking of, but I feel like they're even more west.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Cherokee is the best we're going to come up with.
Yeah, I agree.
For the tie, disc captains, what do you got?
Dang.
The only group of Indians I could think of is Adobe.
It's been a long time since I saw Dances with Wolves with Kevin Costner.
Yeah. I'm glad that question didn't come to us because I thought that was the answer, and I have no idea why. Adobe, Sioux.
Who?
Sioux, Sioux.
Oh, yeah, yep.
It's got its own city named after it.
Sioux Falls? Why's she falling?
And Sioux City.
Oh, Sioux City?
Yeah. Actually, it's got a couple cities named after it, apparently.
Sioux City
Which are in
Falls.
Texas for sure.
Oh, thanks, Randy. Let me just, not in Texas. What was the first one you said?
Adobe. I think that's like more New Mexico, which is pretty close.
Sure. Yeah, I can't think of a single other thing.
Yeah, I don't. We can spend a couple more minutes. We haven't even gotten kicked off yet.
True.
Got about 15 seconds.
Shit.
I feel like sometimes the strat is to throw an answer out there and then see if Pat rushes you, because I feel like he knows the answer's right, so he just wants you to get over with.
You think so?
Not when it's this close. If you're down, I will definitely try to goad you into, a right answer, but not if this is for the tie, and if you get it right for potentially the win. So
yeah, I got nothing. I'm fine with Adobe. I don't know my Native American tribes other than what's in New York, and even that is just Oneida and Iroquois.
All right. Yeah, I mean, I can't think of anything else.
Adobe.
We were looking for Apache.
Yeah.
Gateway Disc Sports, October 20th, 1999. So Randy and Alex redeemed themselves.
Woo.
We did it.
Did you like Mortal Kombat?
I did. I had, Reptile and Smoke, I was pretty sure. And then Striker, I wasn't. I hadn't heard of Striker, but it wasn't like out of the realm of possibility.
Curtis Stryker. I think he was in Mortal Kombat 3.
Okay.
I was also iffy about, I think Randy brought up the question about, is striker a legit position? Because it's technically a forward, but I think when I said goal scoring.
Yeah, I mean, it's a type of forward.
Yeah.
It was the first thing that popped into my head, but I was like, I don't know, just worried in general,
Yeah. It's easy to overthink.
Initially, I thought I put Smoke in the wrong column. I'm like, wasn't this a question 2? I was not expecting to see Smoke next to Reptile. And I think after Jade, I'm not even a big Mortal Kombat fan, but I thought after Jade, I'm like, this kind of seems like Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Because Kestrel came out last week with the Sub-Zero, so it really made the category.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were playing us with Sub-Zero like it was a plastic type or something that we should have heard of. I don't know.
Did anybody have anything before we went?
I think SK is going to be doing some volunteering stuff this coming weekend. I am unfortunately not going to be able to be there, but we are very close to getting hole 1 opened up again, and then work can start on hole 2, the new hole 2, because hole 2 in its original form is unfortunately dead and gone. But yeah, they've been doing a ton of work on it. They were out this past weekend. I know my mom was able to go out and help. Fingers crossed, we might be able to play a traditional round at Stony Kill again soon.
Is there anything definitively planned for Saturday or Sunday for work or anything?
Gene sent a message in the group chat saying, if you're available, please plan to come out on Saturday or Sunday this weekend for more work. We're getting close to finishing up on hole 1. Town supervisor will be out on Wednesday around 5 to inspect and let us know for sure. So nothing official, but if I had to guess, I'd say he'll probably make a post relatively soon.
If you're listening to this, that post probably has come out, so take a look at the Discat page.
Yep.
Also, Was there something about, was it CPS, some kind of fundraising for T-pads?
Yeah, they're redoing the signage for them, and those are available right now. It sounds like they're almost sold out as it is.
Last I saw, there were 5 left.
Yeah.
Yeah. As of 8 hours ago, it looks like. Yeah, it looks like 2 white, 3 white, 5 white, 15 white, 16 white are available right now. $60.
Sounds good. Thank you, Jaimen, Alex, Corey, Not Cat, and Jason. And sweet up Hudson.
Thanks, Pat.
Thanks, Pat.
Thanks, Pat.
Thanks, guys.
It was really nice listening to an episode that I wasn't on, and also like watching like cats like kind of squirm a little while she had to listen to it because we listened to it on the car ride.
They were both great.
I will say, Kat came upstairs and was like immediately like, I messed up. I'm like, what? She's like, I told the boy part story.
Oh.
And I was like, we literally moved to a different state. Like no one has to know that story, and you just like volunteered it.
Like Alex's middle name that I still can't remember, even though I keep saying I'm going to remember it.
I'll never forget it.
I thought about making that just the title, but I held back. Do you have a side of that or no?
No, I'm just like a terrible person, is the other side of it, basically. I don't know. That's about it.
But it was because of the soda? It was bulging out,
Yeah.
I assume? Okay.
Yeah, she had a can of Mountain Dew shoved in the front of her pants, and it looked like she just had a real thick one, you know? It was pretty obvious.
All right.
And then I fell in love with her. That's it.
Totally unrelated, I'm sure.
Yeah, exactly. Weird that it's happening at the same time, though.
I'm going to grab a beer real quick. And by beer, I mean it's definitely not a beer. I'll be right back.
What did he just say?
Did he say he's going to go grab a selfie?
That's what I thought he said.
That's weird.
He said, I'm going to grab a beer, but it's definitely not a beer.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's going to grab a beer.
He's going to grab tequila.